world has ended. Mankind has left the Earth, and a new dominant species has rose to replace them. What will you do now? Paintball! Ah, you gotta love Splatoon. And fortunately for us, the newest direct just dropped for us to take a look at. The weapons, of course, have more variety to them. You can either go for the bow and arrow stingers that shoot in 3 directions, or you can use the multi-range Splatana where the lovely Smithers is standing. And that's not accounting for your secondary special weapon, which comes with each of your primary weapons when purchased. And man, do they have a selection for you to choose from, like the classic Pentamissiles, flying around with the inkjet, having your opponent avoid shockwaves from the Wavebreaker, grabbing a cold one from the Tacticooler, riding a dolphin with the Wreath Rider, this thing, being a ninja, and riding a giant Bakugan. But the weapons aren't the only thing that's new, so's the city. Unlike in the first 2 games, we get to explore Splatsville, a crowded city in the middle of the Splatlands. This city has been purposely made that way to be in direct contrast with the much more orderly Inkopolis. Splatsville also appears to be based on the real-life city of Kowloon, which was said to be the most densely populated city on Earth. But despite the city being demolished in 1994, people are just so fascinated by how post-apocalyptic it looks, inspiring countless movies, arcades, and, well, yeah, video games. Anyways, in terms of the new features showing off... What was that? It sounds like... The return of Salmon Run! This was a minigame introduced in Splatoon 2, where your goal is to collect all the golden orbs while keeping the salmon away from the area. And there are a lot more boss salmons to take on. The salmon lid hovers in, spawning enemies onto the platform, and will crush you from above if you go under it. The Big Shot, as you can see, is a very intelligent sort of chap, walking onto land and bombarding you with its extremely bouncy cannonballs. Just go with it. And once again, we have the return of Yokozuna. Play that Godzilla scream again. As the King Salmon, Yokozuna will appear just as you're about to wrap up this part game and want to do online play again. Oh, what a delight. Apparently though, you can use your egg cannon to deal extra damage onto him. I honestly don't know why this salmon problem is a recurring issue. It's not like these are their eggs. Wait a minute. We also have a card game.
It's time to do.
In terms of story, the game will most likely be continuing the big twist from the Octo expansion.
Oh my god, I was wrong. It was Earth all along.
Or at least we think it's Earth. All the familiar landmarks are there. Humans have already been confirmed to have existed in this world. There's even a plotline of an ancient race of mammals finally returning to Earth. Of course, they could also just be referring to these furry bits of Shrimpora that appeared out of nowhere. And that was all the highlights of the recent Splatoon news. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe and comment below on what other bits of gaming news you want me to recap.